Hi Oso friends, I'm Jennifer Ream.
I'm Christine Landel. Welcome back.
We're the Oso sisters.
And welcome to Sacred Spaces 101. We're really excited to be bringing this to you because we've had a lot of questions and a lot of people asking, so what exactly is your sacred space? And why how do I get it?
And why do we talk about it all the time? Because we love it. We love being in a sacred space. We love designing sacred spaces, and we have a huge passion for sharing that with you and talking about why it's so important to have that space to go for a time in.
Right.
Not a time out, a time in. Time in for yourself, to reflect, to gain some clarity if you're having any issues coming up in your life. It's just your space to go and breathe and find your peace and tranquility, really.
Yes, and it's very simple to have one. They can range in different sizes. It can be an entire room, or it can be a small little corner. So it can reflect anything that you love that makes you feel peace and calming and just this tranquil space for you to go to. Like Jen said, it's time in.
It's time in.
It's a time to really go within. If there's something that's bugging you, whether it's a person or something in your life or an event,
an issue,
really you should be going within rather than going out to external resources to try and make you feel better. If you sit and reflect on those things, that's when you can truly find peace with it and change yourself first. So to have that space in your home to go to that's always there.
Or your office.
Or your office.
Because having this in a corporate office is huge too, for employees to go to. So sacred spaces are truly a personal thing. And when you're doing one in a home, it really reflects all of the things that are calming to you. So every sacred space is different, but you know it.
Yeah, and you really just, one of the things that we strive for is to bring in personal materials and eco-friendly materials because you really want to have good energy in your space. So, for example, our cushions, which we have in our spaces, are organic cotton, K-POC filled, and all good energy things that are made from the earth in good ways.
Mm-hmm. So we do strive to do that as much as possible.
Obviously, it's not always easy to do that or always possible, but if your intention is to do that, that's what we try to do.
So we are going to share with you how we start a sacred space, where we get the inspiration for a sacred space, how we go about just getting started. So maybe we will inspire you to create the space for yourself or in your office.
So let's get started.
Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we chose for this particular sacred space is this piece of art. This particular piece of art was personal to the homeowner. It had the colors that kind of reflected the rest of her house and her favorite colors that she uses all the way through. So this was the inspiration for our sacred space. This is how we got started. Usually we find one thing that kind of sets the tone for how we're going to start the space, whether it's a rug or fabric or art, something that just draws your attention, something that you love.
If it catches your eye out in the store and you think, I need to have that for something, I love the way that makes me feel, grab it, because that could be your inspiration for the space, and that could be how you get started. You might not know where it's going to go, but that could be a great piece to get started with.
Yeah, so in this case, we're going with the art, and we're kind of just we're gonna add from there. So
our next piece is a white shaggy rug, which is so cozy to have a shaggy rug, and it can be the base for whatever you're going to be sitting on. You know, your Oso cushion.
And if this is a male space, you might not necessarily want a white shaggy rug. You may want something that's, you know, gray.
You could do a dark gray shaggy rug would be very cool.
Or something like that, a little more masculine, but just something that kind of grounds the space and brings balance to that area. So
and cozy.
Yeah, and cozy.
So a few more elements that we want to bring into the space. Ta-da! Here it is! How simple was that?
So simple, just very few simple little elements to bring the space together. So
I want to show you a few things that we brought in, and why we brought them in, why we use them, why we personally love to use these certain things in sacred spaces.
So of course, the Oso cushion, our personal spaces, and this particular homeowner. We have two of our fabrics in here. Our gray one is a little more masculine fabric, and then we have our cream and brown, or ivory and brown fabric. Yep. So they're, like we said, this is our organic material that's in the space. They're extremely comfortable to sit on. It's like sitting on a cloud. So we'll get into how you sit on your cushion, and if you have any questions about that, we're going to get into that too in another video. But anyway, the first thing we brought in were our cushions. And
we have a plant, which we love bringing in live elements into our space for a couple of reasons. One is that actually certain indoor houseplants actually remove toxins from the air, so it's purification for your space, and it just gives you that sense of
bringing a little life and good energy into your space. So plants really are known to have that effect.
And if you're not a live plant person, you know, maybe just bring in a cute little silk one that...
Faux one.
Faux.
That looks real.
Has to look real.
Yes.
Plastic.
Yes, yes. So we also brought in a little table because we needed something to kind of hold our smaller favorite little accessories. We like having, like we mentioned before, scents and you know, smells and colors are kind of a personal thing, but for us, we do like to have incense when we're starting our, you know, our practice. And
I actually love to have the diffuser for your essential oils, and I have we both have a wide variety of oils that we like to use, but there's calming, there's lavender, this particular one is peace and calming, and they give away amazing scents, and they actually do work. So yeah, those are awesome.
Aromatherapy is huge in your sacred space. We highly recommend it. It's amazing what that can do for your overall sense of relaxation when you enter your space. So kind of when you walk in, you'll just want to light your candle, maybe light your incense if you'd rather have that, one or the other, and start your diffuser, just whatever is comforting to you. So then I always like to have a throw in my sacred space because I'm freezing all the time. So I love to sit down, put my throw on over my shoulders or over my legs. It's just comforting to me, and it keeps me warm. So I love having a throw in my space.
And there's a little sneak peek of something in that basket too. We won't get too much into that,
yes, but this is our new small cushion. If you're familiar with meditation, you might be familiar with the Zafu size that a lot of people like to use. And
this is our newest addition.
This is our new baby that's coming, and you'll be hearing more about that.
So the other thing that we have that we love is just a little box that we put next to our cushion on the floor, and we like to keep headphones in it, but you can also keep little daily affirmations, a prayer, or an intention that you have for that day. Just write it down, place it in the box, and then you're putting it out there. So put it, whatever it is that your intention is, or good wishes, or something that you're working on.
Or if you're having a certain issue that you really need to let go of, that's the perfect time to do it. Have a seat on your cushion, write down the issue that you're having, and put it away.
Put it away and lift it up.
Yep, and watch how in the following days that issue tends to resolve itself all on its own. So it's really about setting the intention and letting it go. And let the universe do its work from there.
Yep. So that's that little box.
Yeah. So we like that one. Oh, and we always have our journal too. A lot of times I will get creative inspiration after I do my meditation.
Or during it.
Or during
it. I get a lot of that during my meditation.
When I'm done meditating, I will, not some days, there's nothing. There's nothing there, and I just...
It's more chatter than anything.
Yeah, I don't write anything down, but when I don't have it with me, I'm always wishing that I did, because I end up in the end going, oh, yeah, I really would like to write this idea down, because it will be gone 5 minutes later if I don't. So I love having my journal with me too.
Or your phone always works too if you don't have your journal nearby. You put it in your little notes, which is
But make sure your phone is off when you sit down to do your meditation or your quiet time, because that's the last thing that you want, is just to finally get to that place where you're centered and all of a sudden your phone's going off. So
yeah, or do not disturb works well too, because I always use mine for my music, but
yes.
Yeah.
So,
or my guided meditation.
That's really it. We would love to see pictures of your sacred space or things that inspire you, or if you have favorite elements that are important to you, we would love to see them. So
share them with us.
Yeah.
Hashtag Sisters, so that we would be sure to catch them and not miss them. So be sure to do that as well.
Yeah, so if you're not watching this on our blog, head over to our blog, leave us your comments, your questions.
We're also going to actually have some links to some different items that we used in our space. So they might not be exactly what we use, but some things that you could use that are similar to what we have used that you can just go right to and take the guesswork out of where to get these things. So we'll also have that in our blog as well.
Yeah.
So thank you again for being with us. We had so much fun. We, again, love to do this for you as well as for ourselves. It's just truly a passion of ours, and we hope that we helped you today.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Don't forget
lots of love.
Share the love.
Share the love.